Welcome to Internet Anytime, episode 13. Today I'm being joined by my friends Daniella and Jasmin. I just sent them the Zoom link. So let's see what happens. Woo! Now that we got our Zoom figured out, we can start the podcast maybe. How's it going?
Let's get it.
All
How's
right.
everybody doing today?
Doing good. I'm a little flustered, a little hot. My pits are a little sweaty.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's okay. I took off my pants. And,
Me too.
I'm airing
I'm
it
not
off.
wearing pants either.
Nice. I mean,
I'm
what
wearing
for?
a sweatshirt dress.
Oh, okay. So you're not wearing pants either then?
Yes, pants free, y'all.
Pants free would be a great like mock ad instead of like hands free. You know, you can do everything pants free.
I
don't
feel
know.
like you really can. You don't really need pants for much unless maybe you're going bungee jumping. You should wear pants then.
Or if you're leaving the house.
Well, if you have a dress on, you don't need pants.
Well, I'm saying if you don't have a dress, then you definitely should have on some kind of waist lower region going on.
Yeah, especially for guys.
I'm taking off more. It's getting sexier.
Oh my God, I'm getting me too through the Zoom.
Oh my gosh, no. Jacob is trying to advertise for his OnlyFans page.
Yes, I wear black socks, ladies.
Oh, that's sexy.
You didn't even know until I said it.
Good to know. That's very nice, Jacob.
How's it going with you, Daniella? Anything new in your world? What have you been witnessing this week?
What has been happening with me this week? I've just been trying to plan more outdoorsy activities as the weather is getting back to being warm. I'm trying to plan some more outdoorsy things because I feel like a lot of us have gotten a little stir crazy, me included. So now I'm like, okay, let's see what I can do outside, be it hiking, going for walks, going to the beach, whatever. I'm like, I just have to start planning some stuff and actually doing some stuff outside of the home.
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure that this is exactly how we started our last podcast episode, and you said verbatim the exact same thing.
Well, she's been doing more outdoorsy stuff.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Like forcing me to try skating sequences that make me fall and bust my behind.
Oh, is that how you fell on roller skates?
Yeah, it was Daniella's fault.
Is it my fault or is it the ground's fault for being
It's your fault.
So hard?
You picked the area with all of those little round things. You were the one that wanted to do the challenge, and you were the one that wanted to go skating there. So it is your fault. I'm blaming you. I'm not taking any ownership at all.
I feel like it was a
nice.
series of unfortunate events. Kind of like, Benjamin Button, how he's like, if the store clerk hadn't left the house 10 minutes late, stuff like that. I feel like it was a series of unfortunate events that led to Jasmin's
started by
fall.
Daniella.
Okay, I was involved in the series of events, but I was not the perpetrator of the eventual fall.
Okay, you guys, we need some details. So you said that there was like a circle course? Like, where were you guys?
Okay, so Daniella and Picara, her sister, if you guys don't know, they have this skate park that they go to. So Daniella's been talking about this skate park for a while now. It's been since before I actually bought my skates. She's been going to the skate park. So she said there's never anyone there. There's only ever two people. We get to the skate park and it's like brink.
There's like 30 people at the skate park, and it's crazy because I've never even seen that many people there before. I'm like,
Gotcha.
I must have Instagrammed it or put it on YouTube, but like seriously, there'd be like two people. That was
all right. So there was tons of people, and Daniella first suggested that we skateboard on this walkway, but it had like grates and stuff, and there was nowhere to park the baby. So we had to go. Well, I said, okay, I did say let's go to the basketball court, but I will take a small smidge
Oh,
of responsibility for saying, let's go to the basketball court. But we got to the basketball court and there was all these little circle seat thingies all over the place. Daniella did not bring a broom. So that was her second mishap.
I bet there's a broom in her car somewhere.
I'm sure there's a broom in her car somewhere that she broke years ago and just left it there for a rainy day. I'm pretty sure there's a broom. And she did not sweep up the seat thingies. Then she said, "Ooh, Jasmin, we should try the walk challenge at the skates." And I said, "I don't know if I can do the walk challenge." She's like, "Yeah, you'll be fine. We can do it." And then I proceeded to do the Let Me See You Walk challenge. And when the walk challenge, it's a lot of attitude that you have to portray in the walk. So I had to concentrate on my facials to make sure that I was, giving enough face and for the Saucy Santana challenge. And while I was concentrating on my face, Daniella did not tell me that walking on roller skates was a little bit harder than what I even imagined. And I took 4 wonderful steps. And that 5th step, I flew up into the air and onto my tailbone. In front of my child. So not only did I fall, now I've already embarrassed myself in front of the person that looks up to me and thinks I'm Superwoman.
Okay, I think it's okay to show that failure is an option in front of your children. It's a good thing. But wait, is this on video?
It is on video.
It is.
Amazing. Can't wait to see that.
That's really the best thing about the fall, that at least I caught it on video. So at least, might be able to get it viral or some sort, which sounds ridiculous, but we live in LA, it is what it is. So at least it was caught on video.
You haven't posted it.
And I really think that what Daniella's plan was to try and show off her skating skills in front of Coco so that she would be a better skater than me. And that she said, let's do the walk challenge just so she could be like, "Oh, baby Coco, I'm such a better skater than your mommy. Watch me skate and do my tricks and watch your mommy fall on the floor."
Hold up.
I underestimate a mother's jealousy of it goes both ways. Like the child wants the mother's attention, but the mother is also like, "I'm the mama." Yeah, for sure.
That sounds crazy, Jasmin. I'm just going to say it. That sounds crazy.
It's normal. You wouldn't understand.
I wanted you to have something that was tweetable and that would go viral. I wanted to give you a great moment and something simple like walking.
Oh, did you say simple, Daniella? Oh, okay. I'm gonna find an outdoorsy activity that I'm better than Daniella at, so I can challenge her. I think she's frozen.
That'll happen to her, but I think she'll pop back in a second. Kind of what's happening a little. I like this freeze frame of her though. It's like an action shot, but it's like she just received, is it good news or bad news on her phone,
I don't know.
What would this mean?
Can you hear the baby a lot?
I can hear okay, but it's not like driving me crazy.
Okay.
No, I would tell you if it's not overpowering your voice or anything. It's actually kind of cute.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She tries to be in every interview.
Uh-oh. See, and then there's the jealousy of the mother of her daughter,
Listen, she is out of control every time I have an interview. And it's like she knows when I have something to do. Because usually around this time, she takes at least like a 30-minute to 40-minute nap. And this morning, she was like, "Oh, no, I'm not taking a nap. I'm going to be wild and rambunctious."
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's good. It's better to have, I think, an active baby that's like, doing stuff as opposed to like a dead one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jacob. I can definitely agree to that. See, like I was saying before, a series of unfortunate events is possible, like how I just knocked over my ring light and then that unplugged my phone and then my phone died. It happens to the best of us.
Definitely,
if you happen to your ass.
But it could. Everybody who roller skates you know, falls on their butt sometimes, even
Well,
the pros.
apparently I
Thank
need butt
you.
pads.
Yeah.
I
But
need butt pads.
Jasmine, it happened to me one time. One time I was at the skating rink on my birthday, no less. And I was like in my 20s. I wasn't a kid. I was in my 20s and I was skating around. And then I make a move to avoid this little kid that fell. And up I go, flying in the air, landing hard on my booty. And this little girl that couldn't be more than 8 years old skates over to me and was like, "Are you okay? Do you I'm just so embarrassed. I'm like, this little girl is coming over to ask me if I'm okay. And I'm like laying here on the skating floor, people skating around me. I'm like, oh, this is so embarrassing. So be happy it was not a skate park full of people because that could have happened at that skate park.
That's true. That is true.
And all those nice people asked you if you were okay. The nice Latino man, those two gentlemen playing racquetball.
Well, the Latino man at least kind of walked over there. The other two gentlemen just stayed playing racquetball. I was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all." Everyone just saw me fly into the air, and we watched the footage, and I was on the ground for like 5 minutes.
I just
It was at least 3 minutes that I was still laying there, trying to gather my life back.
You needed a minute to recover. That's understandable.
It was your first time roller skating?
It was my second time roller skating on the street. I've only ever, roller skated in the roller skating rink, which if you fall, I don't even think I've ever fell on my butt at the roller skating rink.
Really?
I don't think I have. I think that I fell like, to the side or something like that, but I don't know if I fell on my butt. Maybe I had, but it wasn't concrete.
I think the roller skating rink is the easiest place because the rink is super slick,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very slippery, and then your feet go out from under you, so you're like.
Can you hear her a lot now?
I heard that one squeal.
Sounds adorable.
Then it calmed down.
How old is your child?
She will be 6 months on the 16th.
Of February?
Yes.
My birthday's on the 16th as well, but of April.
Oh, is it?
I'm not of a different month, but yeah, 16th. And a dear friend of mine, her birthday is February 16th. But anyway.
My brother-in-law's birthday is actually February 16th, but I'm going to do a half birthday celebration for her. I'm trying to figure out where I want to do it right now because I usually would do it at my friend's house, but he has a lot of dogs and I wanted to invite a couple of babies. And I don't know if they're going to be as okay with the dogs. And I really can't be like, "Oh, I'm going to have a party at your house," and put your dogs away. No. And then I was thinking my house, but it's just not big enough. So I'm thinking that either I'm going to do the beach or the park.
The beach sounds fun.
I think the beach does sound fun.
Because then there'll be plenty of space for distancing and you don't have to worry about it being like dirty or even if it's busy. You can just.
Well, I would just hope that people got their COVID test and came because if they're distanced, then it's not really a party.
No, you can be distanced from other people.
Oh, from other people. Oh, okay. Yeah. She only has she has one baby for sure to invite, and then my friend that had a baby, her best friend also had a baby, so I'm hoping that she'll bring her baby as well.
Oh, that'll be so cute.
Yeah.
So can get some nice little baby friends.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds great, Jasmin.
Daniella, you can bring your baby too.
Daniella thinks Coco's her baby, so her baby will already be there. And mind you, I was listening back to the vlog footage, and like 3 different times, Coco referred to, not Coco, Daniella referred to Coco as my baby. She's like, "Yeah, because my baby can't be da-da-da-da." And I'm like, I think Daniella forgets who was actually on that operation table, but I also love how much she loves Coco. So, it's all good.
Oh, yes. She's Auntie's baby. She always still be little cute Coco. She's just so precious. I know you put in, what'd you say, 48 hours of hard labor?
40 hours of hard labor. Oh, no, actually it was 43. Sorry. It was 40 hours of no meds.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I'm going to get drugs as soon as I walk in the door. Like, hello, you drug me. She's like, you
Now,
thought about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm like, as soon as I get in there, I'm like, I'm here to be in the hospital so I can get the drug.
well, it wasn't a thing. I thought it wasn't a thought about it. I like was convinced I was gonna have a natural birth. And also, even though you're in labor for 43 hours, it's not as painful for the first, you know, it really didn't get painful until because I started laboring Friday at like 11. It didn't get painful till like the next till Friday night. Friday night I like could not sleep. And Saturday it just like sucked. And then it really sucked Saturday night. And then, you know, she came Sunday morning.
Okay, so towards the end is when it got bad.
Yeah. In the beginning, you're fine. You don't need drugs in the beginning. You're just living your life. Because I was doing an interview during the beginnings of my labor.
Getting pregnant sounds hard.
It sounds like a lot.
It's at least fun. It's fun for most people. Some women, you know, they have to like really work hard at it. Yeah, hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it wasn't a whack ass session and then you have to go through labor pains.
That happens. You're like, did that even count? And then next thing you know, you're pregnant.
Yeah. I do remember the day I conceived her, although I don't know if it was that particular day, but in my mind it was that particular day. And it was before Thanksgiving. We went to Thanksgiving dinner because no one wants to have sex after a large Thanksgiving dinner. Like, I don't like having sex after I've had mac and cheese because then you got to worry about holding in your farts and all that other good stuff.
You want to have sex first, it makes you hungry.
Yeah. That's why I like having sex in the morning. I hate having sex at night, especially if I've had a large meal. But you know, men, they don't be caring.
I'm more of a morning sex person. I prefer that as well for some reason.
Yeah,
you guys have something in common.
Yeah,
Daniella
that's the only thing.
Anytime, anywhere, any
totally.
I don't know about that. I'm keeping myself chaste, as you all know.
And that does not mean that you do not enjoy sex anytime, anywhere, any place. Just because you're picky with your sex does not mean once you found that person.
Right.
That's not it. That doesn't make the play. I'm, you know.
Or just because you haven't had sex for a week.
Well, Daniella actually. Well, I'm not gonna put your business out, but she was being a trooper. Was being a trooper, and now I haven't had sex in I think 7-8 months. So.
Wow, that's pretty good too, Jasmin.
Longest since I started having sex.
Wow, really?
Did you guys see my bum? Oh, you did. Sorry.
Just barely.
I couldn't even notice it because I was looking up for Coco. Is this your baby?
She's still in her pajamas. Her hair's not done. She's not ready for camera time.
All we see is her hair right now. It's kind of perfect.
I know. Just at least show us her face.
Hi,
Coco. Hi, Coco.
I think this is her goal. She's like, she can't hear you.
But you can see us do little dances.
Yeah, she can see you. She just can't hear you.
She's so cute.
Thanks.
She's gotten bigger. She's not so miniature. She was such a little mini.
Jacob, yes, she has gotten a lot bigger since last time you've seen her. Because you saw her when she like first came out, and then not first, like 3 weeks. I think it was like 3 weeks, and then you saw her Daniella's birthday.
Oh yeah.
Right now. Maybe I should put her in the living room and see if the kids bop will help her.
Okay. Well, she seems like she's having a good time. She's talking.
Yeah, but she's gonna be talking. I mean, you're gonna hear her in the final.
Oh, okay. Coco said she's ready for her interview. Move over, mommy. She's ready.
All right, you guys are gonna might see my bum again.
Okay.
Just so you know, barely. It doesn't even count as seeing your bum. That definitely does not count.
No.
Okay, great.
People are watching this on their computers, and they see a much worse bum on their laptops than what we just saw. Much more clearer shots. And
I'm also
looking for. They're not hard to find.
Yeah.
I'm also wearing high-waisted granny panties. So
Oh yeah, you said you're not wearing pants. Okay.
Oh, but the way that we saw it, it looked like pants.
Well,
thought
I
you
know
were
they're
wearing
high
pants
waisted. They're high waisted granny panties.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can't see
Until you
the.
just reminded us that you weren't wearing pants, I thought those were pants.
Oh,
And I
did
was
you?
wondering why.
Okay, they're
Yeah,
pants.
I thought you. I was wondering why you were being so self-conscious about your
Yeah.
butt. I'm like, it's your butt. Like, what's wrong? But now I know. We'll have to put a parental advisory on this episode.
I'll blur it out.
Boom.
I'll blur it out, and then every time you say "butt," I'll bleep it.
Are you not allowed to
that's
curse
gonna
on
be-
this? Oh my goodness, it's not working, guys.
You can curse on it.
Oh
It's a
goodness.
little late now.
We got
Yeah,
10 minutes
if you-
left in the recording of this Zoom meeting. We can start another one if we want.
Oh, you should have just
Okay.
used mine.
Oh, you have an unlimited one? Yeah, I don't
Well,
have
it's
the
not
Pro.
mine, but it's someone else's. Here,
Jasmine, you're fancy.
It's okay.
can
We
I have
can.
somebody else's?
Info.
The last couple that we did, it let us go forever. It must have just been doing that.
It
for
was
like
during the
January or
holidays.
something.
They had a special that they weren't letting. They weren't cutting them off.
I saw that, but ours was doing
Oh.
that even until last week, and it wasn't.
Oh,
the
that might have
holidays
been when they
last week.
stopped it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, it was January, so maybe they continued it to January. Oh, Jasmine, what is it that you're drinking?
I don't know if you guys are doing advertisement or whatever, but I was introduced to
Sure.
Truly, and I absolutely love them. As a mom, can you guys hear her crying?
Yeah,
can
but we hear your
you?
voice way louder. Yeah.
Okay. As a mom, I can't really drink like that anymore. And I mean, as before I even got pregnant, I had already stopped drinking liquor. I was only drinking wine. But even wine, it still gives me like a buzz. And the Trulies, it's only 5% alcohol, so it's like perfect. It tastes like juice. I can have one, it'll just relax me, but I won't feel like, I'm being a bad mom.
Yeah,
or
like-
anything.
Like you're getting wasted on a Thursday morning. Now you're like,
What? It's not
classy
Thursday
Southern
morning.
lady.
It's not Thursday morning.
It's Thursday
5
night.
o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's now with the Truly because it's so light. You're like classy Southern lady sipping a julep on the porch. It's like
A what on the porch?
you've never
julep.
heard of a mint julep.
No, I have not.
You
I've
should
not
try
ever
one. They're
heard of a mint
actually
julep.
tasty. They're actually very tasty. You should try
All
one.
right. Is that but that's a non-alcoholic beverage, right?
No. No,
I've
it's a
had
Southern cocktail.
alcohol in mine.
Yeah,
I've
mint
had
julep's
alcohol in
cocktail.
mine.
So everyone's
Yeah.
heard of it but me.
I was a bartender for a lot of years, so
I was
And
a
I
bartender
was
too, and I still haven't heard of it.
No?
I didn't. It's kind of an old-timey drink. I will say that it's not like something that young people ordered. It's an old-fashioned thing.
Yeah,
and
it's an
it's
older-
a Southern thing, really.
That it's good. It's good.
I think
I
it's.
too thought it was. I
think
thought it
it's
was like
rum.
A julep? Okay.
I think there's
mint
rum
We
in
don't know
it.
what you're whispering, Daniella.
Oh, it's
I'll say
bourbon,
it's
sugar
good.
water.
Oh, it's good. Okay.
It's bourbon, sugar, water, crushed or shaved ice, and fresh mint.
Ooh, that
That's
does
it.
sound good.
It's very refreshing. Oh, y'all, I'm so ready for the summer. I'm ready for summertime cocktails, summertime fun, just walking around living life in my bikini. I'm so ready. I'm so over this Los Angeles winter. I know it's like 60 degrees, but that's too cold.
It
for
doesn't
me.
matter.
I'm
It's just
ready.
not regular weather for us. And
No.
I bought winter clothes this year, but I'd rather not have to worry about grabbing a jacket, to be honest. It just
Exactly.
doesn't, it's just not something that I want to do. I do need to get some summer clothes, so I'm ready for some summer shopping.
Yes, I am too. I'm trying to cut back on my shopping though because I've noticed that I've accumulated quite a bit of clothing over the years. So I'm going to definitely do a spring clean this year and get rid of all this old stuff that I don't actually.
I think I'm going to do that too.
Yeah, because there's so much stuff where I'm like, oh well, I can wear this, but I never actually do. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all that stuff. Make
Yeah.
room for new, cute, hot Fashion Nova outfits. Some nice.
All right,
fits for the
fashion. This
summer.
is actually a Fashion Over top.
Oh, okay. I see you looking
Little
good.
Fashion Over crop.
I like how you paired it with the jacket.
Thank you.
Very nice styling.
Isn't it good to have lots of clothes when you're like going to set and stuff? Or you
Yeah,
just
but
have enough
at a
anyway?
point, at a certain point, it's too many. I have like more than 2 closets worth of clothes, so it's time to come.
I have a bunch of clothes too that I was thinking of getting rid of because I haven't done background in a while, and then like I never wear any of this stuff, and some of it like has stains or like a missing button, and it's just like, why do I have this? I don't know.
Just donate it. You'll feel so much better.
Yes, you'll feel good having it not in your closet.
Sometimes I think that, and then I look at some of it, and I'm like, I'm nostalgic for these clothes. Like I like having them too.
No, that's how you end up being a hoarder.
Maybe I should have like a ceremony where I burn a bunch of my clothes and they'll like represent like burning my past memories.
I say do it. We did that one time at the beach. We did a bonfire, and I had all these old clothes in my trunk, and we burned them. We let them burn, let them go, and guess what? They burned really well.
Oh wow! So you burned your clothes in a fire pit on the beach?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. Yeah. I think you're mainly supposed to do that maybe in your own backyard, but you know, to each his own.
Well, it was back before the fire pits were closed off. It was a regulated fire pit. I didn't just like sit in the parking lot with my lighter fluid,
waiting to exhale lifestyle.
Like, oh, come get your stuff, but it might be ashes. Peace. Oh, that would be a plot twist if it wasn't my clothes I burned. It was some dude.
Like, yeah, I burned my ex clothes so I can get rid of bad juju too. I didn't. I was being sarcastic.
No, I'm just saying that sounds like a good idea. Like not like all of their clothes, but maybe you have an old sweater or a t-shirt.
Well, and they also say, I think that in order to detach somebody from your vagina, you're supposed to put their name on a paper and burn it.
Put their name on what and burn it?
On a piece of paper and then burn it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can do that. Got a few pieces of paper I need to burn now.
And then it's like you never had sex with them. It's a revagination.
Oh, that's how you get your virginity back? You just burn
you get
people's names?
Reversion.
Virginization. Okay.
That's a lot to think about.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Can I also burn like the addresses of places that I've had sex at, you know, people's phone numbers?
I think you can burn anything. If you burn whatever you burn, it's like you're restarting fresh.
Yeah, because some of these guys, I may not have done anything with them, but they like were toxic for me mentally. So I'm going to just go ahead and get them out of my mind. Like, I'm sorry that you even had. You're done.
I agree. Great idea.
Let's do that, y'all. We should have a burning. Sounded
odd. That didn't sound good.
I'm sorry.
Let it burn. Let it burn.
Let it burn. Gotta let it go. Gotta, you know, the feeling is good, and it's time. Let it burn.
At least learn the words, Daniella. If you're gonna sound bad, at least sound bad with the right words.
I realized halfway through that I didn't know the words. I started off real confident, but I realized maybe I just be mumbling through that song. And you're feeling something, and you just let it go. Gotta let it burn.
Feeling in your body, you found somebody who makes you change your ways, like chilling with your boo. Oh, that's a different song.
That's a different song, and that was were those the right words, Jasmine? I'm not sure about that either. Although you had the flow down real good, that was good.
You did. I was
the bars
you.
were tight. It was just like.
I was like, she know the words, y'all. She got this. I was here for it, Jasmine. I was here for it. I can tell you do your karaoke right.
I do, but usually with karaoke, you have the words in front of you, so it's a little bit easier.
Ah, that is true. That is true.
What song was I singing? Got It Bad. You Got It Bad. That's what I was singing.
Harmony.
Both of these
The
are
fact
very
of the
good
matter of
classes.
how I just try to call you out for not knowing the words, and then I say a totally completely different song. I am embarrassed.
I didn't even call you out for that. I see people be coming for me left and right, but I'm just here living my life peacefully. What's
I binged watched the documentary on HBO about the NXIVM sex cult.
Oh, I want to see that. How was it?
You know, there's something about the words sex cult,
NXIVM. Oh,
sex cult, that just turns me on. I can't help it. You know, I think everybody has
I
that problem.
bet.
Human trafficking, not so much. I think those words, not so.
Is that a part of the sex cult? I thought it was like consenting adults.
No, there is some. So the documentary actually doesn't get into it so much, but yeah, there is definitely sex trafficking going on. And the guy, the Keith Raniere or whatever, in his past, there's a lot of like shady stuff. Like he seems like he raped a 12-year-old girl and stuff like that, and the way they had like recruited the women to like come towards him and stuff is definitely like a sex traffic. And they took like collateral from people, so like they couldn't come forward, so they had, you know, damaging facts about you or photographs.
Sounds like what R. Kelly did.
Yes,
Wow.
it's exactly that. Actually, it's exactly that. So
Yeah, it's a control.
NXIVM, the word, makes me feel like that's like the name of a shampoo or like cleanliness, you know, like NXIVM or hair product. That's what that sounds like to me.
To me, it sounds like a vitamin or something that is going to make you feel like you have energy all day. Take NXIVM and you'll be good all day.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, what they really were, so they weren't like, come join our sex cult. It's like a psychological self-help group, which of course actors buy into. That's why like a bunch of actors joined. But it's all about like self-actualization and being your best self, you know, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I saw something on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but my friend had sent it to me. She's like, oh, try this out. And it was a sex cult, and it was talking about how it is more so like focused on relaxation. And you know, they also have, I also can't, what is the name of it? It's like some kind of practice when like it's like they're fingering you, but it's like kind of like they're fingering you, but it's also like it's like some sort of meditation.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. I've heard something like that before, but yeah.
Yeah, but you get put with partners, and you get put with partners, and the partner fingers you, and they find like it's like G-spot meditation or something like that. I don't know the name of it's called, but that's what the sex cults are supposed to be for. Like, you know, it's supposed to be for relaxation, meditation. They're talking about how you like go to this next level of life when you're having sex and stuff like that. Like, it's weird.
See, so like I was thinking like sex cult, you know, like where do I sign up? That sounds great. Like, do you have to be like, you know, how do you get into the club? Do you have to like prove that you're good at sex, or do you have to like what's the bar here? Or do you just have to pay $12? You know, like,
you probably don't have to be good at sex. I think they teach you. And from what I read, from what I saw, it just looks like a bunch of sex. It just looks like a bunch of sex. It doesn't look like it's any science behind it. It's just a bunch of people fucking all the time.
Right. And then they make you
like a sex club, but they're like trying to justify it with like, oh, we're meditating and we're joining our enlightened selves and our heightened minds together.
Well, yeah, when you reach orgasmic levels, of course it's going to be a state of meditation because you lose all your energy when you come. So
you're relaxed.
You're relaxed.
It justifies the sex cult.
You know, you just dropped some knowledge as if you were some kind of sex guru.
It looks like Jasmin. You look very relaxed.
You know, I just speak with conviction, so people feel like, you know, what I'm saying is the real thing. But most times I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Thank you for clarifying.
Just don't ask me for $12, then I'll get suspicious.
I probably can start my own sex cult. And I honestly probably had a sex cult because I used to have, game nights that used to end up in sex a lot of times. And it was the same people that came every week. So I technically already ran my own sex cult.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Game night.
I guess your game nights got a little more tame after I joined.
The little hints, guys. Oh no, yeah, they got more. This was with my gay friends.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Never have I ever. Great way to lead in towards sex. Questions, great way to lead in towards sex, because both games always end up sexual, and neither game is set up for you to win. So both games are set up for you to just drink more and more and more, and then you end up getting horny, and then I have attractive friends, so it's inevitable.
Wow. Okay, this is great. I'm learning something new today.
You're welcome. Also, last little tidbit, my parties were typically all girls, with the exception of my homeboy Chris, who just happened to always end up being in the right place, right time. But the reason why he ended up being cool is because he never pushed anything. Men, they'll get around women and they're like, oh, why don't you twerk for me? Or why don't you do this for me? More times than not, if you just sit down and shut up, women are going to go that route anyway. Because women like dancing, they like drinking, they like being free. What they don't like is creepy men telling them what to do.
That is true. That is true. Just let the ladies feel it out on their own.
Literally.
So this guy, Chris, I can't even imagine. This guy, Chris, got to live out all of the world's fantasies with this party of women at the game night. You said I don't know why he kept coming. I said why he kept coming.
No, I didn't say I don't know why he kept coming. I said I don't remember what I said, but it wasn't that.
Okay.
Because I definitely know why he kept coming.
Because he was having sex at the sex party. That's why he kept coming.
Yeah, truth or dare. And it's like it's a lot easier for you to be free. Well, women are more free with each other anyway. So that's why, that's why women, even non-gay women, they'll, experiment with women from time to time, because it's just like, it's all fun when it's a bunch of women or girls hanging out together. It's once you start adding the men that it's like, oh, I'm worried if such and such is going to go and spread gossip about me, or is he going to call me a hoe, or da-da-da-da. Most women are not calling other women hoes for doing stuff, because you're both women. So it's like, who really conquered who?
That is interesting. And while people talk about how women gossip, it's only when the men are introduced that people are like, oh no, this is going to get spread around.
Oh, come on.
It's the truth. Men gossip with their friends.
The women
gossip with their friends and make women feel bad about themselves. When men gossip with their friends, they make women feel bad about themselves. And women are a lot of times so afraid of being called a hoe, or so afraid. Like, if men wouldn't run around talking about, oh, she gave me head, she did this, they would get so much more things, because women are just like, they have in their mind, oh, if I give him head on the first date, I'm a hoe. If I have sex with him on the first date, I'm a hoe. And who's gonna know what you did unless these men are going in the locker rooms and talking shit about the women they just had sex with?
I don't totally agree. I think that women, most women that I've, even if they're not my girlfriend, but once we get sort of intimate with each other, almost 100% of the time, without any of me asking, they'll start divulging information about their past relationships, personal information about the last males they were with, stuff that I wouldn't want my past significant others telling other men, but I'm sure it's happened, just because the girlfriends that I had were telling me all about their ex-boyfriends. So once I fell into that ex-boyfriend pile, the next boyfriend, they told everything.
You're talking about your adult life. It starts kind of in high school and college. That's when it starts, and that's what puts this stigma in women's head, like, oh, if I do X, Y, Z, I'm a hoe. By the time women get to adult life, either they still have that stigma or they've let it go. But that stigma starts at a younger age, and that's where you guys fuck up, because you guys, well, not you particular, but men mess up women's reputations. Most women are not going to go give a guy head and then go and tell all their friends. They just don't do that. It's the men that go in the locker room and they go, yes, such and such just put it out, such and such did this, instead of keeping it to themselves. And then women start to think, oh, if I do this, I'm that.
It's not in guys' nature. It'll never, You know, guys are bad at like. Well, first of all, people are allowed to tell their friends about what's happening in their relationship.
But they're not really their friends.
If that's true, if guys are sitting there like broadcasting to the world, but I don't think that's most men. Sorry.
Yes, it is. It might not be all men.
It's a lot of men.
A large portion of young men, especially young men who are just excited to have had some kind of an encounter, and then I see they will even exaggerate, like maybe it went to this, but they'll tell their friends that it went to that point because it makes it cooler in front of their friends.
Yes, it makes this
girl. This girl, maybe she had real feelings for this guy, and she decided to take it there. But now everybody in school is like, "Oh, she a hoe," and she's like, but really, she just did it because she had feelings for this guy and she liked him. And at the time, she felt like it was safe to do something with. And for someone to tell, like, okay, another partner afterwards, like, okay, this is what happened with my ex, that's not a lot different.
That's totally different.
The girl just left the house and you call your friend like, dude, guess what Stacy did? Like,
dude, you watch too much TV shows. You watch too much TV shows.
It's not
yeah, you do.
Sorry.
Is somebody calling you saying that? Yeah, you are. You're just making this up. I mean, you have no. I have
a lot of guys.
Did the dude call you and be like, "Oh no"? Like, where did you see him?
It happens
in the locker room,
social settings. Yeah, it happens in social settings. I have a lot of guy friends. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard a lot of things that men have said, and it happens. Most times when women spread gossip, it's because they don't want to be the ones that are considered hoes. So it's like, okay, let me trash this other woman so that whole title won't be put on me. That's just how it happens. And it's not, every guy, but it's a lot of guys. I can't say it's every single person that happens, but this is how the sex culture, the rape culture, all of that stems from men. It really does. I was watching the Wendy Williams movie, and the first, like one of the first scenes, it's her having this guy that she said was going to be her boyfriend. He invites her to a party, and then he says, "Oh no," and this might be a little bit off topic. It might be a little bit stretching, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. He invites her to the hotel. He invites her to the party and says, "Oh, I got to change my clothes at the hotel first." Once they get into the hotel, she's kind of trying to say no, but she doesn't say no. She's like, "Oh no, I'd rather not. Let's wait, blah, blah, blah." And he just kind of starts having sex with her. And then and after that happens, and the guy goes, "Oh yeah, such and such put out." And a lot of women, number one, they don't know that they've been raped, or they don't want to acknowledge it. And then they get called a hoe when a lot of times they didn't even want to have that sex in the first place. And it starts because men are not taught to be like, okay, when someone says no, to move on. They're like, they try and talk them into it. They try to canoodle them into it. And then when they tell the story to their friends, the canoodling part is not a part of the conversation. It's just oh, such and such came and did all of this to me. I'm not saying it's you and your friends, Jacob. Hopefully you are around.
I'm not saying that men don't do that. Men obviously rape, and that happens. I'm not denying that. But like to blanket that way, and those statements that you were making, and then what Daniella was saying, I think was just like over the top to say that it's always like that or something like that. Like
we didn't say always.
That was like a comic book version or like a TV version that you described.
No,
like
but it doesn't. It really happens from like that. That's not just
a teenage thing. What
Wendy
Williams movie are you talking about?
It just came out. It's literally called the Wendy Williams movie.
Okay. And it's just like about her life or something?
It's about her life. Yep. And we're not saying all men. I'm just saying a lot of times that's how women get the stigma of not wanting to have fun in the bedroom. And nowadays it might be a little bit different because now you have so many women that are out like, yeah, I have sex. Yeah, I do whatever. I'm living my life. I'm free. I'm liberated. But in high school, in college, it's not like that. And a lot of women stick with that throughout. I know my mother, our sex
But don't you think that's good behavior? Like, should women be promiscuous or people in general?
Should
like,
men be promiscuous?
No, I don't. No, it's for people in general. I mean, I don't understand what behavior you're like wanting to encourage.
I feel like as long as you're being safe, you should be able to have as much sex as you want. Some people like to have a lot of sex. Some people like to have a little bit of sex. It's nobody else's business. And whoever your partner is should not be running off saying things. My sex talk with my mother.
I think women do it just as much as men do.
I don't think
so,
they do.
I don't
think women are going around
men,
bragging about sucking dicks.
And if they are, no one's judging that guy like, oh, did you see Demetrius in the hallway? He's such a hoe. Like, no one's calling these dudes hoes because they had sex.
Yeah, it is looked down upon. If a guy is promiscuous and is super slutty and all he does is like fuck women, it's not a good look. Like, people don't want to be friends with that person. People don't put that person on a pedestal. Like, if guys act that way,
to, Jacob?
It's.
I want to go to your school because that seems like a good school to go to.
I do.
Because that didn't happen at my school.
I went to multiple schools. I know multiple people. I'm sorry, it's just not the case. Like, you guys are making a blanket statement. And men, if they are super promiscuous, if they're fucking all the ladies, it is not pleasant to be around for men or for women. Nobody wants to hear about how many girls you bang, bro. Like, it's obnoxious. You know, if you think that.
If that was your experience, Jacob, and that's the truth.
In high school, I don't know how many people were having like tons of sex in high school. Maybe like a couple girls gave a couple blowjobs or something, but there wasn't even anything to talk about. I mean, at the end of the day,
I wish that was my experience.
That
wasn't my experience.
Tons of babies happening in your high school?
Yes.
I don't think there was that many babies happening in my high school. It was more rumors of sex than it was babies.
And I'm not even talking about high school. I'm talking about life in general. Like, men don't want to be around other men who are sitting there bragging about their prowesses. It's obnoxious.
I don't know about that. I've been around different groups of men, and I've heard a lot of bragging, and I've seen a lot of dapping.
If they're saying that shit, then they're just doing it to like fit in with that one guy to get him off their back.
Might be
but
true.
They don't like it. But they don't like it.
That might be true. They may not like it deep down, but they go along with it, and then
I'm not saying. And hey, I'm not saying that. I will say that men's gossip can be more damaging to women than women's gossip can be towards men. But I think the amount of gossip is exactly the same.
It might be exactly the same.
And I think the potential to be bad is just as bad. But like, you know, I think the idea that like, oh, a woman is get called a hoe and then now she doesn't want to act like a hoe anymore is kind of like a weird stretch.
It's not a real stretch. Now,
it is. I think that
that's what happens.
I think if you fuck the wrong person and that person betrays your trust and goes and tells all their friends and is a dick, then yeah, you're gonna think twice the next time you have sex with somebody because people are assholes and that's what they do, and that can happen on any end of a relationship, you know.
But it's a lot of men that do that. It's a lot of men that are the assholes that run around and do that. My sex talk, and this tells you how long this has been going on. My sex talk with my mother, and my mother said, "Don't be a hoe. If you're a hoe, everyone in school is gonna call you a hoe, and when you get to your reunion, they're still gonna think of you as a hoe." It was
What's
a horrible
wrong
sex
with that
talk.
advice?
It was a horrible sex talk because it just made me afraid to have sex instead of telling me how to protect myself or how to pick a partner or things. That's what I would have wanted my sex talk to be. That's what my sex talk with my daughter is going to be. That just kind of scared me from having sex. And then from what my mother's words saw, I saw it with my own eyes. That once a man dubbed somebody a hoe or said, "Oh, she sucked my," and all those times it's not even the truth. And they'll say it, and then that's just what it is. You can't unprove that you're a hoe.
You can't.
Sure, you can. If you're gonna sit there and some promiscuous guy is like, "Oh, this girl's a hoe, that girl's a hoe," and like that's gonna like taint your future like reputation forever. It's like, come on.
It does, because the guy is not considered the hoe. It's
I had that happen to me in high school where I had a guy and I actually like hung out with him and we made out. And to me, that was like such a big deal. I was like, oh man, I really like him. He's super nice. Like, we're going to hang out again. I thought we were like, building towards like, being together, boyfriend, girlfriend. And then I was performing at a show and my best friend just happened to be sitting next to him in the audience. And his friends were talking to him like, oh man, Aaron, you tapped that? Oh man, dude. And he was like, well, just that one time. And she heard it. And then after I got off stage, she came to me and she told me what she heard. And I was just like so shocked because people had been like whispering stuff. And he was like, nah, I don't know where they got that from. I don't know why they're saying that. But my best friend actually hearing him validate the story that we had slept together. And yeah, it was a whole group of guys from the football team that he that clearly had already had this understanding, and they didn't get it from nowhere. I didn't tell them.
I had a woman.
I'm not done though. I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
So I go to him afterwards, and I'm like, Aaron, what happened? He's like, oh, well, they knew that we hung out, so I said some stuff, and he's just like justifying it. But like after that, like everyone was saying like, oh yeah, Daniella's a hoe. I had this reputation for the rest of my high school career because everyone's like,
when she didn't even do anything.
Everyone was like saying that I gave it up to him.
That happens to men too.
And I was a hoe.
That happens to men too.
Where have you heard of a man?
I had the exact same. I had the exact same. Here, I had the same thing happen to me. Even worse story.
Let me finish. I'm saying that just because it didn't happen, you can't just say, hey, I didn't do it. And I said I didn't do it, and everyone's like, oh, she doesn't want to admit that she did it. So you can't disprove that you're a hoe. Like at that time, I hadn't even done anything, but I couldn't prove that because the prevailing rumor was that I was getting around. And then from there, any dude that I spent time with, oh, she's sleeping with him. She fucked him. She fucking him. Like, what? Like, we just hung out in the hallway. Like, but they're like, oh, because I was a hoe for sleeping with one dude. Now it's assumed I'm fucking all these dudes. And it was just like, everybody just knows Daniella's a hoe. Like, no matter what I did, there was no way to backtrack that. You can't disprove it once the rumor.
And the thing is that when a man is considered a hoe, they get congratulated. They get
that's not
roses.
True. That's not true. That's
Jacob,
not true.
Majority
That's not true.
of the time, it is true.
That's not true.
It's
not true. It's not true. It's true in people. It's true in your mind, maybe, but it's not true. You can look at what's happening in society today. Like, it's not true. Promiscuous
what is
men,
happening in society today?
Promiscuous men get punished.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Rapist
they're losing their jobs all the time.
Promiscuous men don't get punished.
Yes, they do.
Only
Cheaters get punished.
Cheaters
get punished. Sure, they do.
Cheaters and promiscuous men, cheaters in a relationship is totally different than a man that's just having sex with a single man that's having sex with a bunch of women. A single man that's having sex with a bunch of consensual women is not going to get punished.
If he's having sex with a bunch of consensual women, then a bunch of women are cheering this guy on.
What?
Yeah, all the women that he had sex with. If it's consensual, and that's who's giving him the ability to have sex.
I want to live in the world that you lived in, where promiscuous men get shamed on and promiscuous women get celebrated. I want to live in that world.
I'm not saying promiscuous. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I'm just saying that the level that you guys are taking on is false and too far. It's not true.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree there because I do not see your perspective.
I don't see yours.
I don't see so many promiscuous men being.
Also, like I just said, who is giving it up to these men that are
even look at the songs right now? Okay, so Cardi B and Megan came out with the WAP song. So much freaking, and you may not know the other song I'm about to talk about because it's a little ratchet. Neither one of you may not know it. But the WAP song, so much, even politicians was talking shit about them or whatever. Like, oh, this is what we have to look up to. What is wrong with our women, blah, blah, blah. Throat Baby came out. Didn't nobody say nothing about that, man. They just singing a song. Throat Baby, I'm trying to bust up on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a celebrated song. No one said anything about them.
Yes.
And that song is way worse than WAP.
Yeah, well, no one said anything about them because that song sucks more, and good for Megan and
it's a good song. Both songs are good songs. Both songs make you want to dance and have sex. Both of them.
Both songs are good. I've heard both. They are good. WAP is better.
I hear Throw Baby, I start jamming. Throw Baby. And then it got a nice harmony too. I'm trying to bust up on you.
One time I was at this party.
Such a little bit.
My friend brought me to an awesome mansion party, and the premise of the party was this woman was who owned the mansion. She was a well-known business owner, and this party was supposed to be a fake bachelorette for her. Every guy there was gonna try to date this woman. My friend just brought me as a joke. I met this other girl there, and we just hit it off. She was super friendly, super nice. I was like, oh man, I would like to hang out with this girl more. There was a pool there. We went swimming. We went downstairs after the pool, and we took turns in the shower. Nothing happened. We didn't hook up. Then on the ride home, there were like these van rides home, and we kissed on the van ride home. We like made out, and I was like, oh, that was great. Had a really nice time. Try to like get in touch with her, and then a friend of hers is like, oh, she has a boyfriend, so she can't hang out with you. I'm like, she does? That totally sucks, because we totally made out in the van ride. But great. So like a year goes by, and I'm at my friend's wedding, and most people there are being super weird to me. I'm like, what is going on? Some of them I know. I hear these be like weird backhanded comments at me. It comes out like this girl who I had kissed, we had kissed the year before, in a moment where it's just me and her, like randomly staying there. She's like, I have to tell you something. I'm really sorry. Last year when we were at this party, I told all my friends that we slept together at the party.
What kind of woman was that?
That's weird, man. That's weird.
So I was like, oh, that's what so her boyfriend's at the party, right? So her boyfriend thinks that me and her have had sex. All her friends think that I'm like some kind of weird homewrecker person, as do other people at the party, It was just like such a dick move, because I actually liked this girl. I would have wanted to date her more or have sex with her, Once I figured out she had a boyfriend, I was super disappointed. Because I was like, oh, what kind of person does that? Makes out with me in the van when you have a boyfriend, and then being bummed too, because I was like, oh, there's no chance of this happening. And I was like, what? You told people what?
Mm-mm.
So
that's
sorry. I'm also trying to buy a car.
What kind of car?
Was probably trying to maybe get some revenge against her boyfriend or something, because that doesn't, like, especially if she's doing this in front of her friends who she knows could go back and tell her boyfriend, and then for her to lie, say that more happened than what happened. I feel like she has some kind of an ulterior motive, especially if she lied about having sex with you and telling her friends that she had sex with you. I feel like she had some kind of ulterior motive. Maybe her boyfriend cheated on her, or she.
I don't think so. Her boyfriend was very nice. I think that she honestly, her friends were like, ooh, what happened with you guys in the basement? And she wanted to brag to her friends that something happened. That's what I think. And then that went too far.
I've never met a girl that would do something like that. So that's an exception to the rule.
She may have wanted to brag to her friends, but that's so far-fetched, especially knowing that her boyfriend.
Oh, is it? It's so far-fetched.
No, I'm just saying, like, for her to lie like that, she has to know that something's going to come back to her.
Not necessarily. I mean, just like anybody, people make lies and they don't really think about the actual future consequence, or they do like in a light way. Like people don't think things through like that always, especially when they're in the moment, when somebody's like, did you tap that? And the person is just like, yeah, I did. It's just easier to agree.
I honestly,
maybe that's just what her friend group is like. That it is possible. Maybe her friend group is like.
It's an exception to the rule. I'm not saying it didn't happen. It's just an exception to the rule. But majority of the time,
I don't care if you say it happened or didn't happen. Hey, it's not the majority of times, because the majority of times that's not my majority of relationships. Just like the majority of relationships with men for you guys hasn't been like them spreading rumors about you being a hoe every time you sucked a dick, like, or lying about sex with you every time that somebody hung out. Like,
well, I didn't really have too many.
And I will say that this experience that I had definitely made me trust people much less, made me much more tentative to
I would agree.
hook up in situations.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
well, that goes back
anything.
to like what Jasmin was saying earlier, how these girls are hooking up with the guys, and the guys go back and spread the rumors, and you're less likely to want to do it again because you're afraid that rumors might be spread about you.
Of course. But I mean, in general, it's not bad to be careful.
It's not bad to be careful. It's sad that you have to be careful.
That's true.
And really, at the end of the day, the stigma that needs to be changed is the fact that you can't do what you want with your body. Because if you could do what you want with your body, it wouldn't matter about the rumors either way. On the men's side, on the women's side, nobody would really need to lie or whatever. Like, and I don't understand. I've never understood really why people lie on their private parts. But I have, sometimes people just assume if I'm hanging out with the girl that I've had sex with them. and they assume that they're gay. And sometimes I won't say yay or nay. I'll just like, whatever, which is also wrong. But I do that because I don't feel like people should be in my business either way.
Yeah.
But if someone's like spreading a rumor like, oh, Jasmine's doing XYZ, then I will shut it down.
Yeah, and it depends on the person too. Like, obviously, who you're communicating with. Like, is it worth it to change this person's mind? Who are they in your life? Is it some stranger who's, what you in the mood for?
Guys.
Thank you, Jake. We're not saying that this is what all dudes do now. We're more so saying that this was like an issue in like high school and college, where like people were in these like bubbles. Like now, as an adult,
as people become adults, it's just
someone. It's not like that now as an adult. Like that was more so when we were like young people and kids. Like, yeah, people still get slut shamed, but if someone came to me and was like, oh, such and such is such a hoe, she did this, it's like, well, good for her. Sounds like she's living her life.
And I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm not being like, this doesn't happen, you guys. And what you're saying is true stories. Obviously, things happen to you. But like, yes, I know that this happens and have been around it as a man. Of course, some guy has bragged to me. I have one specific friend that I think of when I was saying like, and he's somebody who, fucks a lot or whatever. And nobody wants to hear from this guy. Everybody has like people like that in their lives, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if they're excessively having sex, yes. And then there's always that person. But we're just talking about the majority. But guys, we have to
wrap it up.
Yes.
Coco
left me a little gift.
Coco. We have 5 minutes left on the Zoom meeting, so if Jasmin leaves, me and Daniella
so
can
perfect.
talk.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. I had a blast. I cannot wait to be back.
Yes, we'll have you back often. It was good. I liked our intense talk, and it was also funny as well. Oh my God, Coco! Hello. You can't hear us.
Yes, as long as I love intense talks. As long as tense and respectful talks, debates. It happens. It happens, and we're gonna see. We're not gonna always see eye to eye. I'm gonna take care of this gift that she left me that I would show you guys because it actually leaked through her pants.
Oh no!
Fun.
Oh, gotcha.
That's why she's standing up and not sitting on me, and she's choking me now. I don't know what.
She's like, do something about this.
She's like, hurry up. But
okay.
Daniella, let me know when you're finished so that we can handle the car stitch.
Okay, I'll probably head over soon.
All right, perfect. We'll be waiting for you.
Okay. Bye. Oh,
bye. Thanks, guys. This was so much fun.
Bye. Thank you. Okay.
Bye. See you guys later.
Bye. I'm just gonna sit here.
And this has been episode
13
of the Internet Anytime National Information Society podcast.